Hey guys, happy March. Hope your February treated you well and you're starting to feel that little bit of spring energy in the air because the market sure is. We are back with the monthly market report, and honestly, this month has some really interesting numbers to dig into. Things are shifting, spring is knocking on the door, and whether you're a buyer or you're a seller, you're gonna wanna hear what is going on in the world right now. If you don't know me already, my name is Joe Skipper, and I'm the owner of Skipper Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty here in Oregon, and I help buyers and sellers throughout the valley get the best results possible, whether that's getting you into the right home at the right price or maximizing what you walk away with when you sell your home. So if that sounds like something that you need, like and subscribe, because I put out content every week to help you make smarter decisions with your biggest investment. And really quickly, before we dive in, how many of you gone down a rabbit hole at midnight trying to find a mortgage calculator, then a home search, then figure out who to call for an inspection? You've got 17 tabs open and you're more confused than when you started. Does that sound like you? Well, we fixed that. Stick around to the end and I'll show you exactly what I mean. All right, let's get into the numbers. And as always, keep in mind that these numbers are reflecting February's data since that's our most current data, so we're 1 month behind. And we'll start with the big one, and that is the median sales price came in at $745,000. Now, if you watched last month's video, we were sitting at $662,500 in January, which was actually down from the month before that. So this is a very nice jump. We're talking about a meaningful rebound heading into spring. And year over year, we are up 6.2% compared to February of 2025, when the median was sitting at 700,000. So despite the winter softness we saw in these earlier months, the pricing has bounced back and it's heading in the proper direction. This is honestly what you want to see as the spring market starts to build. Momentum is real. So the days on market. Now here's where things get a little nuanced, and I want you to pay attention to this one because the median days on market came in at 55 days this month. That's basically flat from last month's 57 days. So homes are taking about the same amount of time to sell as they did in January. But here's the year over year comparison, and that tells us a bigger story. We are 52% longer on the market compared to February 2025, when the days on market was sitting at just 36 days. So yes, homes are sitting longer than they were a year ago. That's not a panic stat, but it is something sellers need to hear and to understand. The days of a home flying off the market in a week or two are not in reality right now, depending on your price range. Buyers are being more deliberate, they're taking their time, and that means as a seller, your pricing and your presentation matter more than ever. If your home is priced right and it looks great, it's gonna sell. If it's overpriced or it looks rough in photos, you'll feel those extra days stacking up, and it's not a fun feeling. Price it right from day one. Trust me. Okay, so onto the inventory. This is where things get a little interesting as well. This month, active listings jumped up to 38 in February. Last month, we were at 20, so that's essentially a doubling of inventory month over month. And compared to February of last year, when we had 19 listings, we are exactly 100% more inventory than this time last year. Now, before you freak out, this is totally normal spring behavior. Agents that pulled listings over the winter are bringing them back on. Sellers who have been waiting for the right time are starting to move. This is the spring buildup happening right in front of us. More inventory means more buyers have more to choose from, which is genuinely good news for anyone on the buying side right now. For sellers though, it does mean you've got more competition than you did a couple months ago, which again brings me back to the pricing and the presentation of your home. You cannot just throw a sign in the yard and hope for the best in this sort of environment. And then there's the sales to list price ratio, which I love talking about because it tells you how close to asking price homes are actually selling for. This month we came in at 98.4%. Last month was basically the same, and then compared to February of last year at 98.89%, we're only down about 0.5% year over year. Now, what does that mean in plain English? Well, what it means is homes are still selling really close to what they're listed at. Buyers are not lowballing sellers into the ground. There's still real demand out there. Sellers who price correctly are getting very close to their number. That is a healthy market sign. So what does this all mean for March? It's showing us a market that's waking up. Prices are climbing back up, inventory is rising like it should, buyers are active and they're being more choosy, and the sales to list price ratio tells us there's still genuinely demand when a home is priced properly. So I'm not seeing a bubble. I'm not seeing a crash. What I am seeing is a market that is normalizing and transitioning into a more balanced spring season, which honestly is a healthier place to be than the chaos of a few years ago. So for you sellers out there, spring is here and the window is opening, but more homes are coming to the market, so the competition's getting real. Get your home in front of buyers the right way. Great photos, clean presentation, smart pricing from day one. This is not the time to test the market with a high number and then chase it down. It's gonna cost you time and money. If you work with us, we will walk you through all of this. We have professional stagers and designers that help make your home look its best before it even hits hits the market. For buyers, you have more inventory to work with right now than you did 3 months ago. Motivated sellers are still out there, and with rates hovering in the mid-6 range, if you have been on the fence, getting ahead of the deeper spring crowd is a true strategy. Once April and May hit and more buyers flood in, you may have more competition in the homes that you want. So the opportunity is right now for you buyers. And my final 2 cents, this is not a time to panic, and it's not a time to sit on your hands either. It's a time to have a plan. Whether you're buying or selling, knowing what your goals are for 2026 and building a strategy around those goals is what separates people who win in this market from people who just watch it go by. Okay, and I promised you something at the top of this video, and here it is. Well, we worked with a developer and built out a full resource app specifically for buyers and sellers here in Oregon. We're talking buyer's guides, seller's guides, new construction guides, home search links, mortgage calculators, preferred lenders, preferred inspectors, links to local communities, our website. Everything is in one place. No more hunting around, no more 17 tabs open on your computer. I send it directly to you. It's completely free, and whether you're buying, selling, or you're just keeping an eye on the market, this thing is going to be your go-to site. So drop your number in the comments, shoot me a text, or click the link below, and I will get it out to you personally. And if you want to talk specifics about your situation, whether it's Wilsonville, Lake Oswego, Salem, Keizer, anywhere in the valley, drop your city in the comments or give me a call. I know these numbers and I live this stuff every single day. And if you got value out of this, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you never miss our updates. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.